Hello and welcome to our end of year 2023 events, DHIS2 Community Practice end of year 2023 event. It is really great to have you here. My name is Al-Qasim Sharafuddin and I'm from Sana'a, Yemen. As a DHIS2 Community Practice, it's been very great working with the DHIS2 community, listening to your experiences, the way you use DHIS2, the different use cases, trying to find solutions to some of the answers. Maybe I can't find some of the solutions, then of course we have the software core team helping us. And on top of that all, it's been very great seeing other community members helping each other and sharing resources, sharing information. So it's been a great experience, and it's an honor to be here celebrating the end of year with all of you. And the DHIS community practice, we have a COP monthly where we're tagging the active members every month. And one of the sections in this COP monthly is the top 10 active members. Every month we do that, but then these are the top 10 active members in the year 2023. So thank you for being active in the DHIS2 community and for being there for your community fellows. And I also want to mention that these are also the top 10 countries with the highest biggest growth in members in the year 2023. So it's great to see you all. We also have some of the countries, they might not have so many members, but they are with the highest growth rate in the year 2023 compared to the previous year. So welcome everyone from around the world who are supporting each other, collaborating, and sharing your experiences and being part of the community. In the COP monthly, where we tag bug hunters, feature finders, and helpful members, we also tag top 10 active members and mention top topics in the community every month. These are the members who were tagged 10 or more times in the COP monthly post. Sorry if you don't see a picture here, a letter, because unless you have a picture, I've added you here. I will be tagging your names in a follow-up COP post. After that, I would like to tell you, this is just a very short intro. I will not be talking a lot about the community. We have presenters every year. We have presenters talking about reflecting their experience in the community practice. In 2021 was our first end of year event. We've had 3 speakers who presented and talked about their experience. If you're here, please raise your hand. We also have in 2022 amazing speakers who talked about their experience, and it's recorded for you to have a look and listen. This year we also have 3 amazing community members who will be talking about the community practice and reflecting from their own personal perspective and experience. I'll leave you now with a activity presented by Renee, our developer, DHIS2 developer advocate. And after that, we will have Peter, Mayamiko, and Sami presenting about their experience in the DHIS2 community. And after that, we can open for questions and answers and other input from participants. Thank you. Renee, please go ahead.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks for joining. Qasim, thank you for your presentation there. I will share my screen, and everyone can get their mobile phones ready or a second tab on your browser or anything like that, because we're doing an interactive quiz where you can win a badge. Let me see, this is the right one. So you can all scan this QR code and join. And if you're joining, then feel free to press that thumbs up so you can actually confirm that that you're there. See, there's a couple of people already joining. I'm going to join as well. Christine, do you want to manage the waiting room while doing this? Because there's people
Right.
joining still the meeting.
Right. Yeah, I will.
Cool.
Great.
And so yeah,
Be
and just
watching for the responses.
and just in case you hear any barking, I'm sitting two dogs here. They're very active at the moment for some reason, maybe because I'm talking. Okay, so there's 12 people already in it. If you missed this slide, there will be there's instructions on top of the screen where you can see how you can join. Hopefully you can see it, by the way. You can see it, right? The instructions on top. Okay. Let's go to the first question. This is not part of the quiz. There's a couple questions that are not part of the quiz. And you can pinpoint your location on the map where you are located. It's very inaccurate, so it's just more like a high level overview of where you're located. There's no zooming options. You can drag the pin and then hopefully it's on the correct location, but just submit your pin and we'll see where you are approximately. Like I am on the North Sea apparently. But in general, this should work nicely. I see there's a nice cluster of 5 in Africa, nice, and a bunch like all over the place. It's cool. Yeah. Dogs are very okay. Nice, a lot of pins, a lot of pins. I don't know if I can zoom at all or anything like that. I don't think I have that option, but this is a very nice overview to see that people are everywhere. Okay, next question. What is your current title? Like, are you a developer? Are you a marketer? Are you an implementer or anything else? Like, what is your current title? Because I'm very curious what the group here is. And you've got 3 options to fill in. If you have more than one title, that's also good. Filling it in as well. Just a second. All right, that's great. A lot of developers here. Nice. Implementers, COP coordinator. I wonder who that is. Product manager, service support, systems developer, HMIS, strategic information. Nice. Product manager. Great. 31 responses. That's actually a lot. Nice. Still more coming in. That's a nice diverse group. All right, I'm proceeding. We have a bunch of questions coming up, so that's good. So now it's time for a quiz. You'll have about 25 seconds for each question. People who answer faster will get more points, but you have to answer correctly, of course. There's no prize besides like a yearly fame, like you're the winner for a year, but everyone will be able to get a badge for the COP as long as you participate. So that's the key here. But of course, it's nice to win. Like we have leaderboards, we have leaderboard updates in between. So, all right, be ready. Everyone can join. You can even give yourself a name. You don't have to. You can just stick with what you are. And then we will start the quiz. All right. 30 players ready. All right. I'm not going to participate because I know all the answers, but and I think Asim knows all the answers too. So, yeah, feel free. I made the quiz, so that should be exclusive. All right, here we go. All right, you can look at your phone. There's the question as well.
Developer meetups, not the end of year.
Yes, developer meetups.
Yes.
Yes.
Three times. This is the 3rd time. So the developer meetup is every Thursday in every month, right?
Yes. But how many? Did we skip
But
any?
how many?
All right. Um,
Right.
a lot of people answer 12, and I guess it's because December is a month, but December we're here, and this is not a developer meetup. So that's like a trick question. 11 is the right answer. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Next question. Oh, I get this one every time. Okay. Let's start. I'll just skip that in between phase. How many people have redeemed at least one developer meetup attendee badge? And you can do this every time when you join, but we're only looking for unique people here.
During 2023. So it
Yes.
started before 2023. So I think that's a difficult one to say. To answer. Yeah, maybe approximate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
63 people. Yeah, that's a lot of people. We had 63 unique people redeem the badge. A lot of people didn't even redeem the badge. So like there's even more people than that. So it's very popular developer meetup. So if you're a developer and you haven't been, you should come in January. Question 3. How many pages are on the developer portal currently? And if you have never visited the developer portal, that's okay. You can just guess. So these are documentation pages, blog posts, like everything on the developer portal. Guides, tutorials. And this can be very difficult. I can imagine you will not guess it at all, but this is also a fun fact. So if you have this right, then you should be can give yourself a thumbs up. 274 pages. That's a lot of pages. We added, I think, 120 in the last month. So if you guessed 115, you were probably right a couple months ago. So that's okay. I'm not sure when we get the leaderboard, but I think after this question, we'll get a leaderboard update. All right, next question. What year was the first Cup Monthly host? Should have gave it away, but now people have to remember that.
Yeah.
Nice. That's a nice chart. All right. Anything to comment, Gasim?
Yeah, well, if you were tagged in 2022, let me know. Or actually 2020. Those who answered was in 2020. Let me know if you you received the tag then.
Nice. Now we have another question before the update. Okay. The new sidebar feature. For those of you who have explored it. Nice. That's a lot of good answers. But yeah, this is thank you, Gasim, for enabling that feature. That's really cool. Okay. One more question. I don't know when the leaderboard update is coming. I thought I put a couple in evenly, but apparently not. All right, let's go. What does it mean? Wonder if people have been paying attention.
Yeah, this was asked in the annual conference.
Yeah, that's
We
not
go
short for
back to
anything
it.
anymore. It's just the
Yeah,
name. And I like the
yeah,
one person that answered the last one because that's something that the Chat GPT actually came up with. Um, it was completely uh, uh, fabricated, basically. But 5 people got it right. Nice.
right. Right. So this question was asked last year, not in our last annual conference. So if you go back to the recording, the last session, you'll find this.
All right, I'm gonna continue to the next one. Oh, there's the leaderboard update. Nice. So wow, there's only 30 points difference, and Scott is leading the pack. But nice, nice. Um, um, I don't know if you heard me correctly, but there was some loud noise outside for me. But
Yep.
this is the first of the leaderboard updates. So everything can still change because most questions are still coming. So try to beat Scott here. Like, do it. All right, here we go. Name the community category that members can find DHIS2 related jobs or post their resumes. And you can actually fill this in, and there is one right answer. So this is not a choosing one. So but you just type the category name in. Let's see who's right. Ooh, market space place. I would want to approve this one, but I don't think I have the option. Do we have an actual right answer? No. No. Okay. Well, there you know. Now we know. Sorry for the person who answered marketplace with a space. I should have added that as a correct answer, but yeah, you were right. All right. Let's see what this question is. When will the annual conference 2024 be? You've been paying attention on the COP, you know, because it's been posted already. Oh, everyone has voted. Nice. Timer actually stopped. Oh, yes. Nice. A lot of people had it correct. 10th to 13th of June 2024 is the annual conference. And I believe you already can submit your presentations. So I highly recommend doing it. Next one. Maps is a subcategory of. Meanwhile, oh, get the dogs away. Nice. Most people had it right. Good job. And yes, it does exist. All right, next question. Can only software core team add translations to the DHIS2 UI? Nice. No one answered the trick answer. Two people, yes, you can add translations as well, and you can actually request from the languages and everything. You can participate in that, and you can find the documentation about that. I believe, is it on the COP itself, or is it on the docs page as well?
Yeah, it's in document DHIS2 documentation, docs
Yeah.
page. But you certainly can post about it in the COP and
Of course.
then share the language if you don't find it.
All right. Next question. We have 5 questions left. This category got added to the COP in November 2023. Nice. Yes, climate.
I feel like lucky. Someone commented, I feel like lucky. Well, for climate, this new subcategory, yeah, you're welcome to post about your impressions about this health climate project that DHIS2 is going to be working on in the coming years, and share reflect your impressions, use cases maybe.
Yeah, nice. All right, leaderboard update.
Or uh,
Nice. Good job, Miyamiko. But everyone, good job, because this is a tough one to do, and yeah, some trick questions and answers there as well. Okay, got a few more questions left. I think we don't have an update anymore for the leaderboard, so it's just gonna be it for now. This category does not exist on the COP.
tricky.
This was a trick question because the category is COVID-19 that does exist, not COVID. So, yeah, I guess that's what tricked people. Like, I don't know, they all seem to exist, which is sort of correct, but yep, there we go. This is the current latest release DHIS2 version. So the latest stable one, not demos or betas or anything like that. Nice. Yes. So I have 2 right answers here because a lot of people call it 2.40, but it's actually V40. We're actually doing version 40 now. But I get that it's still in the mind of everyone. So that's why I added it as a right answer. But technically 2.40 does not exist. But we do have it on certain platforms. You can still choose it in the App Hub and those kind of places. But it's version 40 officially now. And version 41 will release in May if all goes well, which was going to be a really good and stable version. All right, next one. 2 questions left. When will the next developer meetup be? I wonder if people have checked their calendars already. January 10th, yes. Second Thursday of the month. And this year we're not doing one, and February is actually the second developer meetup of next year. So that was also a sort of a trick answer because it is a developer meetup date. That's correct. But we're doing one in January, so be ready for that. And if you have something to present, just let me know. Last question, last chance to win the leaderboard. What is Gasim?
I think they're all correct. No worries. But you have to be accurate.
Yes.
I don't know what's the correct answer. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
working
your,
on my
I mean, you
evolved
are
skills.
sort of a developer, right? But not officially. So that's why I put that in. But yeah, most people had it right. Nice. Um,
So I'm not expected to solve the bugs or, go back to coding. Yeah.
yeah. But the one person that said software developers is a little bit right. Yeah. Okay. Leaderboard. I think I already see it, or yeah. Nice.
Hi, Miko. By the way, he's presenting today. So congratulations on winning.
Nice. Yeah. There's a couple more questions, but they're not counting for the leaderboard. But I just want your input on a couple of things. But yeah, congratulations, but also the other people in the top 10. You've done really well. And you've seen all through all my tricks. All right, what is the COP? This is a word cloud question, so you can just type in a word and you can say what you feel, what your feelings are with COP or anything like that. This is not timed anymore, so it's take your time.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I mean, yeah, community of practice is the correct answer, but there's no correct answer here. So lots of positive words. I like it. The best thing about DHIS. Nice. All right, I'm moving over to the next one. Good input. What do you like about COP? And this is a open text question, so you can see the individual answers here. Great answers. I'm not gonna read them out all, but yeah. You're being praised, Kasim. Great answers. Yeah. All right, now moving over to the next one. This is a tough one to answer because there's nothing that can be improved. But what can be improved? If you have to say something, uh, you don't have to say something. But if you have something on your mind, this is anonymous. You can give your feedback, and that can give us some nice opportunities for next year. Want more trivia questions? More badges. games. Does it mean people want these kind of quizzes more often? And we can do that. We could do a half-year quiz, maybe. Yeah, more events. Okay. The demo of all DHIS2 UI, something that is actually coming, but not to the COP. There is a sort of demo already, a storybook. You can go to ui.dhis2.nu, and then you can go to the storybook and see demos of the UI components. But we are working on improvements there. Easier quiz questions. Okay, nice. Are you open for more events, Gassim?
Yeah, definitely. You know, we just want to assure everyone that the COP is for everyone and to join, to share, right? And if you're willing to join in meetups, we can organize that with we've once invited everyone to like organize local meetups for the DHIS2 in their community and also share that with the like virtually. So it's a more of a local virtual. So if you're open to that idea as well. Um, yeah, and before closing this question, please remember there is a feedback category in the COP you can go to and give feedback there. So whatever there is that needs to be improved, we'll work on it together. And there's also a community at DHIS2.org that you can send an email, direct email to, in case you have any feedback or anything.
Yeah, perfect.
Or have ideas.
Yeah, I'll move it over quickly to the fun look ahead, like next year. What is in it for you professionally or personally? Are you moving? Are you hoping to get a promotion? Are you hope to get a successful app release? You're gonna learn a language or eat something nice or like whatever it is, some openness. And I know I'm probably over time with this quiz a little bit, so there's only one small one after this. The first place on the 2024 quiz. Nice. V41, yes, I'm also looking forward to V41. Attending a conference, nice. Promotion, more events like this, more efficiency, a raise, yes, it's very nice too. I can't read the entire question, the answer there. Multiple select and tracker. Oh yeah, okay. I have a webcams on top of it. Learn DHIS2 custom app development. Nice. There is going to be an academy next year, an in-person academy. We'll announce something of that soon. All right, last question. What is your COP username? This is important to have it right, because if you answer this right, you will get the badge on the COP. And Gassim will actually hand that out after this event. So yeah, and I have the responses hidden, so you don't see it right now, but we see it. It can unhide it. I don't think anyone minds to unhide it. Let's just see if there's answers coming in. And the dogs really want to get into the room here. All right. I'll leave this open, but this is the end of the presentation. I'll leave it open so you can enter it now, but I think it's time to move on. If you, Gassim, can take the word. Like, I've stopped sharing my screen, but the quiz will run on, so just enter your name so you can get that badge.
Thank you. Would you like to make my new co-host as well?
Oh yeah, of course.
So you can share screen. Okay, that was a lot of fun. Thank you for making the quiz, and thank you everyone for participating. This is time for our presenters who volunteer to talk about their experience in the DHIS2 community. First, we have Peter from the UK. presenting. Would you like to share your screen and start, and then we'll go one by one?
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kasim. Yeah, very glad the results of that quiz were not fully displayed because I did terribly on it. But yeah, thank you for putting it together. It was good fun. So yeah, hi everybody. I'm Pete. I'm a software developer. I work with DHIS2 a lot to build custom apps and do other stuff with DHIS2 as well. So I've just got a couple of really short slides about how I've interacted with the community of practice in the last year. And from a developer perspective, it's really useful for me in two main ways. And the first one is if I'm trying to do something with the app platform and I've had a go myself, I've checked the documentation and the storybook for the UI and stuff, and I still can't quite figure something else out. The community of practice is such a good place to ask the questions that you can't solve or figure out anywhere else yourself. And I've seen that the core team and the community has been so helpful responding to those questions. So I've just got a couple of links to examples here. So I was writing some tests and I wanted to select like a specific test that I'd written, but I couldn't quite figure out what the right command line argument was to do that. And you see Austin replied on the same day, which is super great. And similarly for, I think this one is an example of somebody replying from the community, Jason. So, and that was like one day later. As you can see, it's like really, really useful for asking questions and people replying, and you can have good chats around that as well. So that's really what's benefited me from the community of practice this year. And the other thing is how I've found it really useful to contribute back. And the main thing has been around the program dataset connector, which is an app that I developed and has been in the App Hub for maybe three years or something now. I think I presented on it in the annual conference in lockdown. So yeah, it was 2020. But it's been a really useful place for me as a developer to see that people are still using the app because I get questions about it still, which is good to know and helps me, yeah, keep up motivation, interest in working on it. And yeah, it's been a great place for me to answer people's questions. And because it's like an open forum, it's helped me not having to answer the same question repeatedly because it's once I've answered it once, it's there in the thread and I can reference other people to it, or I'm sure many people have found that. So they haven't needed to reach out. And yeah, this is the kind of main thread for the annual conference, and you can see lots of people asking questions and being able to reply. Like there was one even today, somebody was asking about stuff. So that's been great. And yeah, just these are some of the different topics and other tickets that I've replied to. And then also areas kind of around the app or not particularly related that I felt like I have something useful to contribute. So I've added posts here as well. So yeah, that was just a super short summary of how I've used COP and found it to be really useful this year. Thanks.
Thank you, Peter. And I like what you mentioned, that it's an open forum and people being able to track what other people are posting. So we're learning from each other. If I ask a question, I know, and I have seen some other community members, they face an issue and then they post back with the solution. So they don't leave it open like that. And that helps the community as a whole. And I've never thought about what you just mentioned, that if you're a developer and you have an app and you see people asking questions about it, that this means, you know, they're still using it. So that's a good point. Never thought about it. So now we have Maya Miko from Zambia presenting, and just go ahead, share your screen. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Alkasim, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, see you, waiting for your screen.
Wonderful. Okay. All right. Let me just share my screen. Are you able to see it before I put it in presentation mode?
It's okay. Okay. If you click on slideshow, okay, yes, now it's ready. Thank you.
Wonderful. All right. So thank you once again for having me. My name is Mayamiko Menda. I am a Strategic Information Officer at the Center for Infectious Disease Research in Zambia, also known as CIDRS. And if you would like to connect with me, feel free to follow me on LinkedIn and or connect with me on LinkedIn or Twitter. I'm interested in writing technical articles, so feel free to follow them on Medium. And there's also this other wonderful platform, DHIS2 community, if you'd like to just see anything that I like or anything that I have posted. So yeah. So my story actually begins in 2021. That's when I was introduced to DHIS2 on the 9th of March. I was an intern here at CIDRS, and my manager came to me and told me that I'll be working with DHIS2. Now, the interesting thing about this is I had no clue on what DHIS2 was. So I went to their website to try and understand what was going on, to just get an idea. So I was like, okay, I see a lot of people, there's a community, and there's a system. So how do these two correlate? So I was still trying to wrap my head around that. Then the following day, my supervisor gave me some tasks to work on as an intern. And one of the tasks was to work through the fundamentals DHIS2 courses, the ones that were there in 2021. And the introductory course covered how DHIS2 came to be, the different versions, and the community that surrounds DHIS2, from the implementers and the people who made DHIS2 become a thing, and then also the community that sustains DHIS2. So that gave me a rough idea on how powerful a community can be. But on the 16th of June, 2021, that's when I joined the DHIS2 community of practice. And what prompted me to join this community of practice was my supervisor at the time was presenting at the DHIS2 conference. And 2021 was in the middle of the pandemic. So for me, this was an exciting experience because I wasn't really meeting people physically. And it was wonderful to come to a place where people seemed friendly, where people responded quickly. And that shaped my perspective of the community of practice. And it leads to, what has it been like joining the community of practice? So once again, it's been an amazing experience for me because I've been able to learn from a diverse group of users. So from implementers, from people who are beginners, they might say something that might trigger a thought, or like the second point says, troubleshooting issues faced. And yeah, so I every now and then will face issues that I have to troubleshoot. And DHIS2 has a history of people who have faced issues and solved them, or pending issues. And this can also give me an opportunity to provide feedback in the event that I sort out an issue. So another thing that has been very beneficial with me joining the community of practice is I have been able to benefit from the relevant resources. So the announcements category has been really, really helpful. And also just seeing the different applications that do appear from time to time. Collaborating is a thing that has been useful for me, and the privilege of sharing my point of view when it comes to technology has been beneficial, and also voting for new features. One feature that I really have been trying to vote for is having dark mode on the browser and the mobile application for DHIS2. So we'll see how that goes. Then for example posts, something like what Peter did, mine are not links, they're just example posts that people might be interested in if they want to look at it. So some example posts that have really been beneficial for me have been under the support category, the question about uploading resources into DHIS2. My use case at the time was I needed to provide like user manuals for people who are using the system. So having the user manuals exist on the dashboard and having them in PDF. So I was trying to figure out, where do I go? How do I figure this out? I searched for it, and after searching for some time, I was able to find this, and it explains clearly how this can be achieved. The second one was email notifications, and they might be different use cases for this, because if you want to see if there's an outbreak in a particular program, we can have an email notification. So that's something that I was really interested in, and I searched for it and I found it. The third one, which was really beneficial, was the DHIS2 foundation course. And if anyone is like me, every now and then you tend to forget the fundamentals. So I have to remind myself of this. So when I saw this appear by HISP South Africa, I was like, oh, this is wonderful. Let me attend this. Let me see what I can benefit from it. And it was very, very useful. Fourthly, the October Developer Meetup announcement, the Report Builder app. I managed to attend this one, and I really did like it. I wouldn't say programming is my strong suit, but I'm curious about it. It's something that I do use in my work every now and then. So it was nice to learn from people who have developed an application to help with reports, and I really did benefit from this post. And the last one is, how do I back up and restore my DHIS2 database instance? This is something that is very fundamental if you're using DHIS2. And I thought it would be good for me to have an idea on how I can make backups using Postgres SQL. So these are some example posts. And my role, or should I say the role of community of the COP in my experience. If you have already picked up, I have been able to learn directly from DHIS2 experts. Al-Ghasim is very, very useful. He responds very quickly. So every now and then, if I'm struggling with something, he'll either respond with an answer or refer you to another post. Or sometimes other DHIS2 experts will appear. Yesterday, I was looking at a post on someone who wanted to expand DHIS2 in their local community. And I saw that Renee and Al-Ghasim were able to assist. So this has also been a benefit that I can attest to. The second thing is it provides an opportunity for me to contribute to the body of work that's there, just like Peter said. I definitely want to get into technical writing. For me, it also helps me remember things and have a reference for them. So this is something that I was able to assist with. Another thing, I guess you can see the theme is similar, deepen my understanding of DHIS2. It's been very, very useful to deepen my understanding. And it also follows through with the It also follows through with the last point, training and capacity building of DHIS2. Every now and then we have to go in the field to train different people at facilities or train people maybe at a workshop, people who want to learn DHIS2. And sometimes I can refer to a post because I have experienced it, and the person who wrote the post actually said it better than I could ever say it. So just, it's like any community, you know, like you learn how to stand on people's shoulders and allow them to assist you where necessary. So before I come to a close, this is just like an honorable mention. My categories of interest right now are the support category because of my troubleshooting line of work, the development category. It's really been nice to learn from the monthly meetups. I'm looking forward to being part of the one in January, and the capacity building. And this is very central for me because I'm really interested in just sharing what I know, no matter how little it is. I think someone can always learn something. My recommendations would be to continue to encourage more people to participate in the community of practice. I have met people before who have been using DHIS2 for years, but are not part of the community of practice. And for me, because of my experience, it's kind of interesting. I'm like, okay, they're able to do their line of work, but for some problems, you know, they don't have like a reference guide or someone to ask. And sometimes they'll ask me, and I just quickly check on the community of post and I'm able to find an answer. So just encourage more people to participate, and ways that can be done is through trivia and through games. Secondly, it would be nice to have a DHIS2 development fundamentals course. I know that the landscape is growing and people would be really interested in learning how to develop even like browser applications. And I know they already happen in person, but if this is something that can be done, this would be really, really encouraging, and I would definitely do the courses. And lastly, encourage in-person country meetups. I think this would really benefit. Like I said, there are many people who have been using DHIS2 even from Zambia. And it's like we're not sharing information because they're not part of the community. So I think the community, like an in-country meetup, can actually build the virtual meetups as well. And in conclusion, this was said by Arif Khan in the end of year event. He said something that really stuck with me. He said the community of practice is the heart of DHIS2. I couldn't agree more, because I find it hard for people who haven't used DHIS, who have been working with DHIS2, but have never worked with the community of practice. I feel like it's really embedded in what you do in your line of work. So I believe this, I hold to this, and yeah, thank you so much for having me present.
Thank you, Nico. I'm so delighted to hear about your experience, and I believe so many people here resonate with what you're saying. I see Peter, shaking his head with agreement to what you're saying as well, and I can't agree more with I even like the way you started and learned about the community reminds me of my own personal experiences. In the chat, Rene says, to add to Mayamiko's point about in-person events, there will be an in-person developer academy in 2024. Monitor the COP for announcements. So now we sort of heard of Peter from a developer perspective, Mayamiko from sort of developer perspective, as well as like working with the implementation. We have Sami from Yemen, whom I believe helps in the implementation in Yemen as well. So it'd be great to hear from you and reflecting your experience. Thank you. Please unmute Sami. So we can hear you. Unmute. You're muted now. The screen sharing was working, but you need to unmute. Oh, we can't hear you. You're still muted. No, we can't hear you. Can you hear us?
Okay, now you hear me now?
Now we can hear you. Yes, yes, thank you.
Yeah, okay.
But you need to share the screen again.
Yes, I will now. 1 minute.
Thank you.
Okay. This. Is it okay now?
Yes, thanks.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being here today. It's a pleasure to see such an engaged audience of community. My name is Sami Yassin. I work as a health management information system officer for UNICEF in Yemen. I'm delighted to be your presenter for these sessions. Today, we all know we were discussing the end of year 2023, and we will see about its impacts, meaning for us. But before we begin, I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Peter and Mayamiko for their insightful presentations earlier today. Actually, they provided valuable insights of the DHIS community. Their expertise has laid a solid foundations for our discussions. I'm truly excited to be here and share my knowledge, patience for community events, exploring the impact I get from the DHIS community and learning and implementations and development. Also, I believe that together we can gain a deeper understanding of its significance. Throughout our time together, I aim to inspire you over available perspectives and provide actionable takeaways that we can apply in our work. In addition, I remember when I received the invitations as a presenter for this event, they asked me to answer the most important question: what does community means to you? The next slides will answer these questions. Second slide, talking about role of the DHIS community. Actually, the DHIS community serves as a global network for users, for developers, implementers, experts, and the community playing a crucial role in supporting the learning implementations efforts. In this slide, we mention learning and implementation. Next slide, we will discuss learning and implementation separately. Let's go. Learning from the DHIS community. Regarding the learning, the DHIS community offers a valuable knowledge through training, capacity building, online forums, discussions. The DHIS community provides extensive documentations, tutorials, training materials. This enabling us to learn and explore the DHIS effectively. Engaging with community allow us to connect with other professionals in the field, facilitating collaboratives and sharing the best of practice and lessons learned. Now we will forward to implementation in the DHIS community. Okay, this slide talking about it. Regarding the support in implementation, the community provides a range of resources to ensure successful development. This includes a comprehensive, comprehensive implementation guides, documentations, and over available insights and guidance. Additionally, community members actively contribute by offering a technical assistance, troubleshooting support, and timely big fix to addresses any implementation challenge that may arise in website of community. This collaborative approach encourages all of organizations members to work together, fostering joint initiatives and sharing of resources to drive collective success. Forward or go to the next slide about how community drive into development. I want to explain how much our active participations in the DHIS community allow us to actively contribute to development process. All of us suggested new features, enhancement, reported issues, and participated in the beta testing. Through collaborative efforts, the community ensure the continuous evaluations, adaptability, and relevance of DHIS community to user needs, and matching that also. In this slide, we were talking about leveraging the DHIS community. All of us have leveraged the DHIS community by, as we mentioned before, by sharing our implementation experience, success stories, lessons learned. By contributing back to the community, we enhance collective knowledge and support others in their DHIS journeys. The DHIS community provides a rich repository of resources, including documentations, tutorials, training materials, and enabling us to explore and expand our knowledge. This last slide, and to conclude these presentations, I would like to provide a brief summary of the key points discussed in the previous slides we mentioned. Emphasizing the significance of the DHIS community in supporting and advancing the DHIS platform. Through these presentations, we have explored the various aspects of the DHIS community and its vital role in the success of the DHIS system in general. Also, we discussed how the community serves a platform for cooperatives, knowledge sharing, problem solving, and its members have the opportunity to ask questions, seek guidance, share their experience. I mean the experience related to the DHIS community and usage. Also, we highlighted the benefits of being a part of the DHIS community, including access to the wealth of resources, expertise, saving time, and efforts in finding solution and best practices. The community also facilitate what we can say, facilitate continuous learning through discussions, conference, keeping member updated on the latest development, features, and use cases of the DHIS2. Moreover, we explored how community structure with feature like notifications, categories, tags. This ensures efficient organizations and access to relevant information. This enables all community members to navigate through discussions and topics based on their interests and expertise, and contributing actively to the community. Lastly, we discussed a sense of achievements and recognitions that come with being a member of the DHIS community. The receipt of badge symbolizes one's participations and contributions, fostering a sense of belonging and motivating individuals to continuous engaging with the community and sharing their experience. Lastly, actually, I finished my presentations, and thank you for your attention through these presentations, and I encourage you to actively engage with DHIS community to maximize the benefits of its offer. Thank you.
Thank you, Sami. Thank you for your presentation. It's really good hearing from you, and I hope that all of these things that you're saying will continue to be to the benefit for all people using DHIS2 around the world,